Hi friends, welcome back to week 13, cycle 3 of Classical Conversations, and we're going to just kick this right off with math. For math this week, we're going over liquid equivalents, and our signs we're going to use for 8 fluid ounces, we're going to just do the number 8, and then fluid, we're just going to make kind of waves. Fluid ounces. For 1 cup, we're going to have our hand and put out our pinky. Be proper princesses or princes. Put out our pinky and just drink for 1 cup. For 2 cups, we're going to just do 2 fingers. To remind us of 1, 2 cups, drink twice. For pint, we're gonna do 1 pint, we'll do a P. For 2 pints, we'll do number 2 and P again. For 1 quart, we're gonna do 1 quart for Q. Then 4 quarts, and then 1 gallon, we'll do a G. So the number 1 and then a G. And it goes to Sally the camel, and this is how it goes. 8 fluid ounces equals 1 cup. 2 cups equals 1 pint. 2 pints equals 1 quart. 4 quarts equals 1 gallon. And that's math. Then moving on to geography, we are going to continue on with our song. We've been doing this for the last 4 weeks, and we're finally wrapping it up. And it's sung to She'll Be Coming Around the Mountain. And I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit, so bear with me. So northern Appalachian Mountains, White Mountains, Green Mountains, Adirondack Mountains, Allegheny Mountains, Northern Appalachian Mountains, Southern Appalachian Mountains, the Great Valley, Blue Ridge Mountains, Great Smoky Mountains, Cumberland Mountains, Mount Mitchell, Southern Appalachian Mountains, Western Mountains, Rocky Mountains, Pikes Peak, Mount Elbert, Sierra Nevada, Mount Whitney, Northwest Mountains, Cascade Mountains, Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Denali. And that is geography. Then for history, the signs that there are, and then you can listen to the actual song either in the app or in CC Connected. So the signs we're going to do in 18, we're going to go again 16, 17, 18 in ASL and do 18, 68, the 14th, and for 14th, we're going to kind of take our 4 fingers here and kind of bring them back like you're waving at yourself. So 14th. And for amendment, we're going to just kind of take our heads like this and sign for change. Amendment, we're going to, oops. Oh, sorry, that was amendment. For made all, former, we're going to point backwards, made all former. Slaves, the sign for slave. U.S. citizens, we're going to put our hand over our heart. Paved the way, take both hands kind of palms down and like you're paving a road. For the civil rights, we're going to put our hands flat like this. Movement, and we're just going to movement. So in 1868, the 14th amendment made all former slaves U.S. citizens and paved the way for the civil rights movement. And that is history. Moving on to atomic number. This is to Chim Chim Cheree. And here are the signs. So it's going to be what. And for what, we're going to do the ASL sign for what. So what. For atomic, this is going to kind of go across the board. Atomic, we're going to make a fist. And we're going to have our other hand kind of dancing around it, right? So atomic. For number, you're going to put your hand flat. Take your other finger, and this is kind of the sign for count. So we're just going to do number. So then it'll be the atomic number is the number. So again, the sign for number of protons. For protons, we're going to just have our hand in a fist, make us ASLP and go around it. For electrons, we're going to do again the sign, this fist, and we're going to make an ASLE and go around it. And the only other one I didn't do is nucleus. You're going to have your hand flat, and you're going to take 2 fingers and go around it and then land in the middle. So, what is the atomic number? The atomic number is the number of protons in the nucleus of an atom, which is also the number of the electrons in a neutral atom. What is the atomic number? That's just what it is. And that's science. And then for English, we do a rap and the song from Moana, To Let It Go. And this is the part of the rap. So to beat, infinitive to beat, present beat, beats, past beat, present participle beating, past participle beaten. And for how far will I go from Moana? This part is this. And I'll link the whole song below so you can listen to the whole song. To beat, beat, beats, beat, beating, beaten. So one more time. It's to beat, beat, beats, beat, beating, beaten. And that's English. Then for John 1:1, we're going to finish it up. So to remind us, for in, we're doing a cup and putting something in the cup. Principio, we're having our hand straight out like this, taking our other finger like a key and unlocking it. Principio. Erat means was, and that we're just going from our mouth out for was. For where boom, we're doing the sign for Jesus, but you have options. You could either do this for word, you can do the book for word, or again, you can do Jesus. We're going to do Jesus. Then for this week, for week 13, at where boom, we're going to do Jesus. Erat for was. Aphud means with, so we're putting our fists together. Aphud. And Deum, we're using our dominant hand for God and just going straight down our tummy or the center of our body. And then to kind of make it keep going, so after we do Deum, it'll be et Deus. So it's, we're going to kind of swing it up and do it again. Deus, erat, where boom. So in principio erat, where boom. Et where boom erat, apud Deum. Et Deus erat, where boom. And that is last week and this week for Latin. Now, the one thing I do want to mention is the Latin kind of switches a little bit for the last part. So, et Deus erat verbum, and the word was God. So it's backwards. So if you were going to sign it in English, you would just switch God and Jesus to each other. So, and the word was with God, or was God, would be what you would do for that part. So that's if you wanted to do it that way. And then moving on to timeline for Age of Exploration, we're just going to kind of do exploration, explorers. For Prince Henry found School of Navigation, put your left hand palm out in front of you, and then you're going to take your other hand and with your pointer finger pointing out and then kind of move it like a compass. So that's Prince Henry found School of Navigation. Slave trade in Africa, we're going to take our hands as S's and cross them in front of us. For Africa, we're going to surround our face like the shape of Africa. So slave trade in Africa. Gutenberg's printing press, we're going to make a G for Gutenberg's. And then we're going to kind of put it down like this and print, open and close, printing press. So Gutenberg's printing press. Songhai in Africa. The Songhai, they traded gold with the Berbers, and so we're just going to do from our ear the sign for gold with a Y hand and kind of go down. Tsar Ivan the Great of Russia. For Ivan, we're going to do an I. The Great. We all know what we're doing for great, right? Great. Woo-hoo. For Russia, we're going to take our 5 hands down and put them to our hips. And that's going to be almost kind of like a Russian dance. Sorry, I know you can't really see it, but I'm doing kind of fists down at my waist. For the Spanish Inquisition, it was a court held by the church, and for Spanish, we're going to kind of go here, making little hooks, and then curve it to meet. here and have them interlock. And then the right hand, we're going to do a left palm in our fist as a gavel banging down for the Spanish Inquisition. So Spanish Inquisition. And that is our timeline and week 13. Hope that helps you guys, and I will see you next week.